Got a story here from the Hollywood Reporter. AI created art isn't copyrightable, judge says in a ruling that could give Hollywood studios pause. Because this is a Hollywood Reporter, they are specifically talking more in terms of movies and TV shows as well. But this is applicable to all things, whether it's music, comic books, whatever. The AI stuff isn't going to be copyrightable. It's essentially the sum of it. More than 100 days into the writer's strike, fears have kept mounting over the possibility of studios deploying generative AI to completely pen scripts. But intellectual property law has long said that copyrights are only granted to works created by humans, and that doesn't look like it's changing anytime soon. A federal judge on Friday upheld a finding from the U.S. Copyright Office that a piece of art created by AI is not open to protection. The ruling was delivered in order turning down Stephen Thaler's bid, challenging the government's position and refusing to register works made by AI. Copyright law has never stretched so far to protect works generated by new forms of technology operating absent any guiding human hand. U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell found. The opinion stressed human authorship is a bedrock requirement. And it goes on, and I'll link this in the description box. You can read it for yourself. But it goes on and on, and it basically talks about how AI stuff isn't created by humans, which is like, as it said, is the bedrock, is the very foundation of the copyright law. I'm in favor of this. I understand that AI could be a tool. I'm not a fan of it because I think that it could lead to, number one, it'll lead to the destruction of art, in my opinion. Because why are you going to pay a human to draw something or create something, write something, etc., when the computer can do it for you for free and a hell of a lot quicker? Now, it may not be the best. It may take, you may have to iterate it over and over and over again, various prompts and so on and such forth. But there's plenty of people who are going to be doing that because you don't have to worry about, there's no residuals. You're not going to have to pay royalties to the AI or this or that or whatever. I think this is a very complicated subject in a lot of ways because you start talking about, okay, well, what are the limitations when it comes to the AI and using it as a tool? Because I think a fair amount of people are okay with it being used as a tool. Well, you create this for me, then you kind of look at it and blah, 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 that stuff. Or like for music, well, make me a quick beat, or maybe you wanted to take care of like the more mundane parts of it. Hey, write the bass line for me in this song. I've got the guitars down, write a bass line that matches this. Yeah, and some of this stuff is like pipe dream stuff that isn't here yet, but it will be soon because the way technology evolves very quickly. I'm against AI just because it will lead to, like I said, it'll lead to the destruction of art as we know it. It'll be gone because you're not going to have, if you're growing up right now, some 15-year-old, 10-year-old or whatever, what are you going to be drawing for? You can just have the AI draw the stuff for you, so you're never going to learn to draw. And the next thing you know, we can turn around in 40, 50 years, and the amount of humans that actually draw themselves is going to be so incredibly small. Or like the number of people who make their own music or whatever, that kind of stuff. There will always be people who will do that, but it would be fewer and fewer and fewer with each generation, I think, and eventually to the point where it would all be gone. Because again, why are you going to learn to draw when you can get the AI to draw something way better than you that would take you years to learn how to draw, and it could do it in seconds or matter of seconds, basically. I'm against AI, essentially. If I'm boil it down to its base essence, I'm against AI. I think we need to just pump the brakes on it, get it out of here. I understand that people always argue, well, AI can help with this, it can help with that. Yeah, in a best case scenario type situation. People never take into account that, humans are lazy, basically. Let's get down to it. A lot of humans are lazy. They're not willing to put in the work themselves. I don't want to turn into this whole rant and stuff. I'm already 4.5 minutes into this video, so I don't want to go off on some spiel. You guys probably don't want to hear that anyway. But in terms of this, you know, like I said, they're the Hollywood Reporters, so they're thinking specifically in terms of Hollywood studios. If these Hollywood studios cannot get the copyright on these scripts and these so on and such forth and stuff, or these characters that are created by the AI, if it goes that far, then they're not going to do it because they're all about the money. That's what they care the most about. So, you know, if you can't copyright, it's the same way like they're not going to, you know, you don't see a whole lot of like public domain stuff being used by a lot of these Hollywood companies because they can't copyright it themselves. You know, Uh, so it's like the whole thing about, well, you know, when Winnie the Pooh or Mickey Mouse or Superman or whatever, when all those, you know, characters start going public domain, you know, whether it's DC, Warner's, whatever, you know, whoever it is that owns the copyrights right now, you know, Disney with Mickey Mouse and all that stuff, they're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna really keep going with those characters as much as they could. If they were to lose all the copyrights, there's things they could do and so on and so forth. That's neither here nor there, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it's all about money. These Hollywood studios are going to do what makes them the most money. And right now, as things still stand, it's still going to be until they start copyrighting AI works. They're not going to use that as much. They'll probably use it somewhat. They'll use it as a tool. You know, as to whether they use it a little more than that, we'll see. It might be on a case-by-case basis. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble here, and I've already gone over 6 minutes. So anyway, like I said, I'll link this in the description box if you want to read it for yourself. Like I said, it's fairly, you know, not a long article, but long enough. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.